The land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, once known as Mesopotamia, is the cradle of civilization. This fertile crescent, often referred to as the land between rivers, was the birthplace of many of the world's earliest advancements. It was here that humanity first began to transition from nomadic lifestyles to settled agricultural communities, laying the foundation for modern society. This is where humanity first tasted the fruits of agriculture, learning to cultivate the land and domesticate animals. The rich soil and abundant water supply allowed for the growth of crops that could sustain large populations, leading to the development of complex societies. In these fertile lands, people built magnificent cities and invented writing. The cuneiform script, one of the earliest forms of writing, emerged here, enabling the recording of history, laws, and literature. These cities became centers of trade, culture, and innovation, attracting scholars, artisans, and merchants from far and wide. This is where empires rose and fell, leaving behind a legacy of art, knowledge, and architectural marvels that still astound the world. The ziggurats, towering temple complexes, and intricate statues are testaments to the ingenuity and creativity of the ancient Mesopotamians. Their contributions to mathematics, astronomy, and law have had a lasting impact on human civilization. Yet today, Iraq, the inheritor of this glorious past, is synonymous with conflict, instability, and suffering. Decades of war, sanctions, and internal strife have taken a heavy toll on the nation and its people. The once thriving cities now bear the scars of destruction, and the echoes of ancient glory are often drowned out by the sounds of modern warfare. The weight of history hangs heavy, a constant reminder of what was and what could be again. The juxtaposition of ancient ruins with the bustling streets of modern-day Baghdad serves as a poignant symbol of the country's complex narrative. It is a land where the past and present coexist, each influencing the other in profound ways. The remnants of ancient ziggurats and palaces stand as silent witnesses to the rise and fall of empires. These structures, though weathered by time, continue to inspire awe and wonder. They are a testament to the resilience and enduring spirit of the people who built them, and they remind us of the heights that human civilization can achieve. They whisper tales of a time when Iraq was a beacon of knowledge and progress. The cuneiform tablets, inscribed with the thoughts and achievements of ancient scholars, offer a glimpse into a world where learning and innovation were highly valued. These artifacts are not just relics of the past, they are bridges to a time when Iraq was at the forefront of human advancement. Today these ruins are often overshadowed by the debris of modern conflict, a stark contrast between a glorious past and a troubled present. The juxtaposition of ancient splendor with contemporary devastation highlights the challenges that Iraq faces in reclaiming its heritage and rebuilding its future. It is a reminder of the fragility of human achievements and the enduring impact of conflict. The scent of dust and decay permeates the air, a constant reminder of the struggles faced by the Iraqi people. The once vibrant streets are now filled with the remnants of war and neglect, and the resilience of the people is tested daily. Yet amidst the ruins, there is a determination to rebuild and restore what has been lost. Despite the turmoil, a glimmer of hope persists, fueled by the enduring spirit of those who dare to dream of a brighter future for their nation. The sight of children playing and communities coming together to rebuild is a testament to the resilience and strength of the Iraqi people. It is a reminder that even in the face of adversity, the human spirit can endure and thrive. The legacy of Mesopotamia lives on, not just in the ruins of the past, but in the hearts and minds of those who strive to create a better tomorrow. The story of Iraq begins with the Sumerians, who, in the 4th millennium BCE, established sophisticated city-states like Ur and Uruk. These cities were not just mere settlements, they were bustling hubs of culture, commerce, and innovation. The Sumerians were pioneers in many fields, laying the groundwork for future civilizations. Their cities were characterized by grandiose temples, intricate artworks, and advanced infrastructure that included roads and canals. These pioneers of urbanization developed irrigation systems, codified laws, and created a system of writing known as cuneiform. The irrigation systems they developed were crucial for agriculture, allowing them to transform the arid landscape into fertile land. This innovation not only supported their growing population, but also facilitated trade with neighboring regions. The codified laws provided a framework for governance and justice, ensuring stability and order within their society. Cuneiform, their writing system, was used for record-keeping, literature, and communication, marking a significant leap in human intellectual development. They were followed by the Akkadians, the Babylonians, and the Assyrians, each leaving their own indelible mark on the land. The Akkadians, under the leadership of Sargon the Great, established one of the world's first empires, unifying various city-states under a central authority. The Babylonians are perhaps best known for their contributions to law, astronomy, and literature. The Assyrians, on the other hand, were renowned for their military prowess and architectural achievements, including the construction of grand palaces and fortifications. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, were a testament to the ingenuity and power of these civilizations. These gardens, with their lush greenery and intricate irrigation systems, were said to have been built by King Nebuchadnezzar II for his wife, who longed for the verdant hills of her homeland. Though their existence is still debated among historians, the legend of the Hanging Gardens continues to captivate imaginations, symbolizing the zenith of Mesopotamian architectural and engineering prowess. The echoes of these empires resonate through the ages, whispering tales of cultural brilliance and military might. The ruins scattered across the Iraqi landscape serve as silent witnesses to the grandeur and complexity of these ancient societies. Each stone and artifact tells a story of a time when Mesopotamia was the epicenter of human civilization, influencing cultures far and wide. The military campaigns, the rise and fall of dynasties, and the cultural exchanges that took place in this region have left an indelible mark on the course of human history. The Code of Hammurabi, one of the earliest known legal codes, emerged from this land, as did the Epic of Gilgamesh, a literary masterpiece that explores themes of mortality and human experience. The Code of Hammurabi, inscribed on a stone stele, outlined laws and punishments, reflecting the values and social structure of Babylonian society. The Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the oldest known works of literature, delves into the human condition, exploring themes such as friendship, the quest for immortality, and the inevitability of death. These contributions highlight the intellectual and cultural achievements of Mesopotamia, which continue to influence modern thought and literature. These contributions to human civilization are a testament to the intellectual prowess and cultural richness that once defined Mesopotamia. The artifacts and ruins preserved in museums and archaeological sites around the world offer a glimpse into the daily lives, beliefs, and achievements of these ancient peoples. From intricate jewelry and pottery to monumental statues and temples, the material culture of Mesopotamia reveals a society that valued art, science, and spirituality. The legacy of Mesopotamia is not just a chapter in history books, it is a foundation upon which much of modern civilization is built. But the story of Iraq is not just one of ancient glory, it is also a story of repeated conquest and upheaval. Throughout its history, Iraq has been a crossroads of empires. From the Persians and Greeks to the Romans and Arabs, each conqueror brought new influences, reshaping the cultural and political landscape of the region. The Mongol invasion in the 13th century, the Ottoman rule, and the British Mandate in the 20th century are just a few examples of the many waves of conquest that have swept over Iraq. Despite these challenges, the spirit of the Iraqi people has endured, preserving their rich heritage and continuing to contribute to the global tapestry of human civilization. Throughout its history, Iraq has been a crossroads of empires, a land where civilizations have risen and fallen, leaving behind a rich tapestry of cultural and historical legacies. From the ancient Sumerians and Babylonians to the Assyrians and Persians, each empire left its mark on this storied land. The fertile plains of Mesopotamia, cradled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, have been both a blessing and a curse, attracting conquerors and invaders for millennia. A coveted prize for conquerors from Alexander the Great to the Mongols. The arrival of Alexander the Great in 331 BC marked the beginning of a new era, as he sought to integrate the vast Persian Empire into his own. The Mongol invasions of the 13th century brought widespread devastation, as cities were razed and populations decimated. Yet through it all, the resilient spirit of the Iraqi people endured, rebuilding and preserving their heritage. The 20th century brought new challenges with the fall of the Ottoman Empire and the emergence of a modern Iraqi state. The collapse of the Ottoman Empire after World War I led to the creation of new national borders, often drawn with little regard for the complex tapestry of ethnic and religious groups within Iraq. The British Mandate period saw the establishment of a monarchy, but also sowed the seeds of future conflicts as various factions vied for power and influence. The discovery of oil in the early 1900s brought both prosperity and conflict, making Iraq a strategic prize in global geopolitics. The vast oil reserves promised wealth and development, but also attracted foreign interests and intervention. The nationalization of the oil industry in the 1970s was a bold move to assert control over this vital resource, but it also set the stage for future economic and political turmoil. The Iran-Iraq War of the 1980s, followed by the Gulf War in 1991, and the US-led invasion in 2003, left the country scarred and deeply divided. The Iran-Iraq War, a brutal conflict fueled by territorial disputes and ideological differences, resulted in immense human suffering and economic devastation. The Gulf War, triggered by Iraq's invasion of Kuwait, brought international condemnation and a swift military response, further destabilizing the region. The 2003 invasion, aimed at toppling Saddam Hussein's regime, led to years of insurgency and sectarian violence, fracturing the nation even further. Each conflict brought its own wave of destruction, shattering infrastructure, decimating the economy, and leaving deep scars on the social fabric of the nation. The relentless bombings and battles turned vibrant cities into war zones, with homes, schools, and hospitals reduced to rubble. The human cost was staggering, with countless lives lost and families torn apart. The psychological impact of living through such relentless violence has left a lasting mark on generations of Iraqis. The scent of gunpowder lingered long after the bombs stopped falling, a grim reminder of the human cost of these conflicts. The aftermath of war is often as harrowing as the battles themselves, with communities struggling to rebuild amidst the ruins. The pervasive sense of loss and trauma is a heavy burden, as survivors grapple with the memories of what was, and the uncertainty of what lies ahead. The Iran-Iraq War, a brutal 8-year conflict, claimed the lives of hundreds of thousands and left the country economically devastated. The war's legacy is etched into the landscape, with memorials and cemeteries serving as somber reminders of the immense sacrifices made. The economic toll was equally severe, with infrastructure in ruins and resources depleted, setting back development by decades. The Gulf War and the subsequent sanctions further crippled Iraq, paving the way for the rise of Saddam Hussein's brutal regime. The burning oil fields during the Gulf War symbolized the environmental and economic devastation wrought by the conflict. The sanctions that followed created widespread hardship, with shortages of food, medicine, and other essential supplies. Under Saddam Hussein's rule, repression and fear became the norm, as the regime sought to maintain its grip on power through brutal means. Section 4. A Nation Divided, The Roots of Instability. The US-led invasion in 2003, intended to liberate Iraq from Saddam Hussein's dictatorship, instead plunged the country into chaos. The toppling of Saddam Hussein's regime created a power vacuum, leading to sectarian violence and the rise of extremist groups like ISIS. The country became a battleground for internal and external forces vying for control, further deepening the existing divisions. The once strong social fabric woven over centuries began to unravel. The fault lines run deep, dividing the country along sectarian, ethnic, and tribal lines. Sunni, Shia, Kurd, Turkmen, Assyrian, each group carries its own historical grievances and aspirations, making national unity an elusive goal. The lack of a unified national identity, coupled with political opportunism and foreign interference, continues to fuel instability. The echoes of past injustices reverberate in the present, making reconciliation a daunting task. Section 5. Living in the rubble, personal stories of struggle. Amidst the political turmoil and violence, it is the ordinary Iraqi people who bear the brunt of the suffering. Their stories are ones of resilience and despair, of loss and hope. Meet Fatima, a young woman who lost her parents in a suicide bombing in Baghdad. Forced to flee her home, she now lives in a makeshift camp for internally displaced persons, haunted by the trauma of that day. Fatima's story is not unique. Millions of Iraqis have been displaced within their own country, forced to abandon their homes and livelihoods due to conflict and instability. They live in overcrowded camps, struggling to access basic necessities like clean water, food, and healthcare. Their children grow up amidst deprivation, their education disrupted, their futures uncertain. Despite these hardships, the spirit of the Iraqi people remains unbroken, their resilience a testament to the human capacity for hope and endurance.